I'm on time more than I'm not, you assholes. How are we, chat? How are we going today? Twitch, I think, is getting an ad. Sucks to be them. How are we feeling? Penumbral Nation, how are we feeling? Put my Christmas tree up and put the lights on it, but I ran it by the top and I can't be bothered to rearrange them. Valid, fair. When I was a kid, I got stuck with putting, well, not when I was a kid, when I was like 14, got stuck with putting like the tinsel. Actually, no, when I was a kid as well. It's just different. I got stuck with putting the, like the tinsel and the lights on the tree. When I was a teenager, it's because I was the only person in my family that was tall. The Penumbral Nation. You guys are called the Penumbros, but have you guys not seen the Victor from Arcane? I need to show you guys. But when I was a kid, my sisters would lift me up to put the star in the tree, and one time they dropped me in it. Genuinely, I like flipped over in their hands and I just face planted into the tree. Couldn't find me because I had like a proper, because we had like a proper tree, like an actual one. It was huge, and I just fell into it. And I actually never came out. They replaced me with a body double, so that's my secret dark backstory. I'm actually the clone of Kid Penumbral. Yeah, he never came out of that tree. Rest his soul. Yeah. How's December been for you guys? It's fucking cold for me, dude. Let me switch over to chatting. It's freezing. It's like, I don't mean that like exaggeratingly. I think it's literally freezing temperatures right now. So that's fun. My hands, I have a cup of tea here. And I'm just kind of like clasping it in my hands to warm them up because I'm wearing an hoodie, so my torso and my legs are actually fine, but my fucking hands, I need gloves that I can still like work with, right? Like gloves that I can still use a phone and like play games with that are like not big fluffy woolen ones, but that would stop my hand. They're so cold. Yeah, it is Yorkshire tea actually, so the spiffing Brit would be proud. And also, it should be good, but my area's been hit hard by that storm. Dude, I genuinely thought my house was gonna, my apartment building was gonna come down. It was so fucking windy. Genuinely, like, because I live on the top floor, right? And so my walls are slanted, like they're slanted up. I live in like the loft. And so the wind obviously doesn't, it just hits like against the angle and it just blows really hard. I genuinely thought like I could hear it was like the house was screaming. There was like whistling, the windows were cold, they were shaking. I was like, holy shit, I thought my place was gonna come down. But we're okay. I did see Rin taking part in a Jingle Jam, that was cool. Jingle Jam's awesome. I love the Yogscast. Oh, anyway, let's see. That's ready. What we got here was a few inches of snow. The snow is still coming. Winter is coming, as Mr. Thrones would say. But it's not really started snowing here yet. It's just really fucking windy. Yeah. There's also a big storm in the fucking Vtuber community. Hey, Jesus Christ. When was running the Jingle Jam, I actually raided into her. I think it was yesterday when I was playing Marvel Rivals. I think I raided into her. It was no, it was 2 days ago, I think. She was doing power washing, I think. The cleany game. I've never played that game. It does not look like my kind of game. It was after Marvel Rivals. Yeah, I raided into her. Did you get snow down south for more than a few days in England? I don't know. I'm in Scotland. I am doing VTuber news, Omer. We're newsing it up. Today was a week. I mean, there's one big story people are talking about, and I hate it's the kind of story I hate the most. Actually, like while I was making today's short, I was like, oh fuck's sake, I don't wanna, not again. Someone is accused of something, and this evidence is in a bunch of DMs that we don't have access to. So like, have fun. So that's good. Yeah. Let me just really quick. Let me just fix something. Oh. No, that's not what I meant to do. One of the settings on my, I've been trying to do like VBridger for my model to make it look better, but it's been messing up my tracking recently, so I took it off for the stream, and I've just realized one of the settings I changed after taking it off is like fucking with the mouth a little bit. So let me just fix that really quick. Should be good. Okay. 3. And let's get right into the news. I want you not to do the news this week, Boy. I want you. Look, I really should. Yo, Atlas, thank you for the follow. Let me switch across to the big screen, to the big boy screen where all the magic happens. It's actually not very much magic. It's just sadness. Although, actually, no. There's one funny thing that happened this week. Let me show you guys real quick before we get into it, because I've been playing Marvel Rivals recently, which is genuinely fun. It's like, if Overwatch was fun, I can't believe they actually managed to make it. And so on Friday I played with Nari and some random nobody cares about. And then yesterday I played with this guy, Boger. I got invited by that same random nobody cares about. So it was me down there, and there's Boger. Boger's big Overwatch streamer. Is the funny thing Enya's tweet fuck up? No. Nothing Enya has tweeted has ever been funny. Also, like, you guys should know she weaponizes her incompetence. She definitely fucked that up on purpose. Enya's brand of humor is, what if I made myself look like an idiot to cover up the fact I'm actually an idiot? Let me see. So yeah, it was like me, Fufu, that person, whoever they are, Rhea, Ruben, and Boger. Boger's like a big Overwatch streamer, and we were playing Marvel Rivals, and this guy, he got the idea of like, hey, what if I just... He plays Doctor Strange, who has the ability to make portals, and midstream he was like, what if I just threw you all off a cliff to see if I got ult? And so, like, a good group of friends, you know, he told us to jump off a cliff, and apparently my mum would be very disappointed in me because he asked me to jump off a cliff and I did. So we all jumped through. He instantly builds ult and then goes and gets like 3 kills or something. It was insane. It's a stupid mechanic. But the initial tweet he did got a lot of traction, and then fucking Dexerto picked it up. So, you know, your boy's famous. I'm officially on the TV. My mark on the Marvel Rivals community will be, I am one of the people that got sacrificed in a cult ritual to figure out that he can farm ult. It was weird. I didn't even get like told that. I think nobody mentioned it to me. I literally opened my phone like a few hours ago when I was making today's video, and I saw the Dexerto tweet, and I was like, wait, I know that. And then I looked down, and I saw my own fucking face in the bottom left. So. Yeah, contributions to society shall be remembered. I genuinely think I'll be haunted. I mean, this is some dark magic. They're gonna patch it, which, you know. But, you know, I've left my mark. I was one of the 5 idiots that jumped off a fucking cliff to give this man ult, so go me. And honestly, given how bad I am at the game, probably the best thing I could have done with my life. Sorry, I'm drinking my tea to stay warm. Responsible for a part of the first Marvel Rivals patch notes. That's me. Let's see. So let's actually get into the news, shall we? Oh, the news. And let me timestamp really quick so that it's ready. Please don't sacrifice yourself IRL for some cult leader. But what if it gives the cult leader ult? You tell me you wouldn't sacrifice yourself for a cult leader if it gave them ult to win the team fight? I think you're just not gamer enough. You're not committed enough to the meme. So, fun news story, hey. Aster should probably last. No, I want to get it out the way so it's not hanging over me for the entire fucking stream. So, False tweeted this and then made this video. I think I think this is a video he alluded to last week being like the biggest story he's ever done or whatever, right? So False made this video, and if you're not familiar, there's been a sort of drama over time with Aster for Niji, right? Where people have he's been kind of accused through like DMs of like being kind of antisocial, being sort of hard to deal with behind the scenes, being somewhat aggressive. And so this happened, these DMs leaked, I don't know, like last year? No, not last year, it was like middle of this year? Few months ago, something like that. Between Scarlet and Aster, and then there's this whole drama saying that like Aster was, you know, one of the bad guys in Niji. Scarlet and Aster then like tweeted like hearts for each other and streamed together to try and, you know, die down the allegations. But I think with the Razio thing as well, like Luca also said that Aster was one of the problems with multiple girls coming to him about the issue. That's again with regards this whole story kind of popped like a few months ago. What do you mean by antisocial? Mainly it's hard to clarify. The DMs the DMs back then alluded to him being somewhat toxic, being hard to communicate with. I don't know how best to say it, but genuinely just being not someone that you'd want to work with, right? Rima has looked into that old DM leak closer. It coincides perfectly with a LOL collab where he got fed up and got very angry. Yeah, well, we'll get into that in a bit, because there's also more DMs that kind of further lead into that. That made me know it was about League. Of course, League would bring out the worst in everyone. But so this happened a few months ago, and then False came out today with basically kind of insider DM source, I guess would be the best case. I think he was talking to someone who talked to a liver, right? So somebody who knew a liver and was DMing them, right? So like showing that they're like mutuals and showing like their Steam accounts, right? And the big thing for this these allegations was that people were saying he was somewhat kind of like a sex pest, I guess would be the best way of phrasing it. Which, if you're not familiar, is a guy that just does not fucking know how to act around women and is like constantly trying to make things sexual, trying to like lead into sexual content, whether that be like online or in real life, right? And so one of the girls apparently had Aster trying to like fly her out to Japan, talking about apparently an insider, aka another Niji talent. I don't think it's actually a Niji talent. From what False was saying, it sounds like he was talking to someone who has DMs from a Niji talent, so like a friend of a Niji talent, I think. And so he was saying apparently things like, what if I was in Japan, and what if you were in Japan, what if we were together? But kind of flirting. Again, these allegations and whatnot, they're always hard to judge, because it's always hard to judge when you're getting, like, this is third-hand info, and I'm not trying to like discredit False here or anything. I don't think like False would lie or like go on and make shit up for clout. But it's always hard to judge. False has spoken with talents, but I don't think that's where these DMs came from. It's always hard to judge, because you're getting the story told from False, right? So you're getting the story from False, who's getting it from a source who knows the person that it happened to. So it's like third person. You're getting like third person evidence, which is always fun. And it's always hard to judge things like this, because like one person's awkward antisocial flirting could be another person's like harassment. And it's always because we've had dramas like this in the VTubing scene where people have been kind of accused of being sex pests, and then you look at the DMs and it's just like awkward flirting, really, and it's not like it's not actually what I would consider harassment. So all we have now is that a few girls have apparently had this issue, which does indicate a pattern of behavior, and I think more damningly would indicate a lack of intervention on like Niji's side. Like even if objectively it wouldn't be like technically harassment, the fact that these girls are uncomfortable and Niji has not stepped in or like spoke to Aster and he's not been stopped, if this is true, again these are all allegations, then you know, that I think that indicates a lack of management from management's side. After training, this is considered sexual harassment if the recipient feels it is. The problem with shit like that is that there's got to be a limit somewhere, right? Because there are people that would feel that from like one DM, right? You see those like videos of like guys who just talk to girls, and then, you know, the girl is like, I have a boyfriend, and it's like, well, is that considered sexual harassment? If she felt it was, that doesn't seem fair. The big thing for me, though, is that if somebody tells you to stop or it indicates that they're uncomfortable, then you should stop. And if you continue past that point, then it becomes harassment. And the fact that this is a repeated pattern of behavior with multiple girls over a period of time, especially in an agency where they're forced to interact with him in like collabs and stuff later on. And Niji didn't stop, and he didn't stop. Again, if these are true, that indicates to me that it'd be harassment. Like saying shit that you fly someone out to Japan is weird. But when you start talking about things like sexual harassment, it becomes like a criminal thing. You have to actually sit down and look at evidence and maybe have it like, you know, if you're going to make claims like that, you have to treat it kind of with the impact it deserves as a legal case. But these DMs kind of talk about whoever came forward being, or this talent apparently being uncomfortable with Aster because he wasn't just, you know, harassing her or sex-pressing her, he was harassing her friends and other people, and so she felt sort of responsible because she, you know, introduced them or like was part of the collabs, and she felt like she was letting him get away with his behavior and not standing up and not stopping him, but also she couldn't because in Niji, you know, the whole drama thing. And we saw what happened with Scarlet and Aster back then. Like the slightest bit of drama, fucking hounds came for them. Yeah, she says here, it feels like I'm hiding his behavior because it's not just me, it's many, many girls, a lot of my friends. She was going to go forward, but her manager talked her out of it. So those are the kind of thing DMC's talking about. And then he goes into here. Where is it? I think he goes into it later, doesn't he? Is Aster sort of, no, that's, yeah, okay, this one here, where Aster's like, I don't know, kind of, again, I don't think this is completely different complete to like the sex pest stuff, but basically it kind of goes back to the initial thing with Scarlet of him being maybe a bit toxic or sort of just childish, I guess, behind the scenes, where he says, wasn't just a misunderstanding that was taking what I said and turning up to 100 and digging at me the entire match. Why didn't you do something like that if I jungled? So this is what told me. I was like, oh, this is a league game. Honestly, I was surprised False showed this, if only because I feel like with, like, it would be super fucking easy to narrow this down, because you could narrow, like, you could narrow down the stream to whenever he played League or whatever, and then look at who he was interacting with, and then find out who was kind of digging at him for the match, and then you could find out who the source of this is, which feels like I'm not gonna do it because I'm trying to fucking get anyone fired, but that's what Rima did. Yeah, it feels like you could very easily narrow down like who this is from and who this is about. The rank sale is basically one-to-one with the supposed DM. Like, I do think these DMs leaks are true. Like, I don't think these are fake. I feel like I should want that. Again, without first-hand proof, like without me being explicitly showing it from someone, it is always up in the air a little bit. But I don't think they're... I wouldn't think they're faked. And the kind of... the vibe of this DM is very similar to the one with Scarla was where is it? Here, where he sort of, I don't know, what's the best way to, I almost wanted to say like pick me, but it's not the right word for this kind of behavior. It's very much like hypersensitive, like, I mean, okay, first of all, putting Psy in asterisks to have it be like an actual, like, who types like this? It's sort of like typing like a fucking fan fiction dialogue, right? Of like RP, like it's not how an adult human being communicates with another co-worker, right? But this, to me, there's a difference between this, which is just bad vibes, two people not getting along, maybe Aster being a little bit of a bit oversensitive, and this being accusations of being sex pest. And that's why this whole allegation thing is weird to me, because I do think these DMs are true, the ones with Scarlet and the ones about fucking League, right? Which does indicate that he's maybe not a super fun person to be around. But the sex pest stuff is the stuff to me that's like, what happened with your model? Is my model broken? I think my model is okay. And the sex pest stuff is to me the the really, really like significant, right? It's more than being angry at a League game. It's more than being your eyes went funky for a second. Oh, interesting. It's more than, you know, being maybe a little bit antisocial. This is like almost legitimately a crime accusation, right? There we go, it's fixed. Fuck you guys. So the sex pest stuff to me is the more significant one of like, if this is true, it's genuinely like, oh shit, like this is bad. But the problem is that the sex pest stuff is also the stuff with the least confirmable source, right? Because unlike this stuff where you have, you know, Scarlet and Aster, and then this one where you have like the Aster, this one is just, the DMs for these are like DMs from someone communicating with a Niji person, or like false basically kind of narrating what he was told by a Niji member or what he was told by someone behind the scenes, which is like, it's not nothing. Like false I think is pretty credible and I do trust him, but it's also hard to form an opinion on without explicit first person evidence, right? Which is what makes it a little bit hard for me to kind of be like, yes, Aster's bad, or right? So for me, I'm hesitant to like condemn or like damn him entirely, because we don't know who's the one accusing it. Like this is the weird thing about like fucking agency drama, right? We don't know who the accusers are. We don't actually have like the first person, the DM proof, right? We don't even have like really a time frame or anything. It's just vague, yeah, we've heard this, or DMs about it from people. I'm not saying it's not true, but it's also, I don't feel comfortable passing hard judgment on it with this level of evidence. But I also don't think we're ever going to get more evidence. I'm gonna be honest. I think this video from False is probably the closest we're going to get to like an actual expose, like, because whoever is talking about it, like ex talents aren't going to want to talk about it because of NDA, right? And current talents aren't going to want to talk about it because they get graduated, they get terminated, it causes drama, they get dragged into a fucking shitstorm, right? So I don't think... Wait, were the Niji fans in Falsey's chat? Or in Quinn's chat? Either way, I don't think we're going to get... I don't think we're going to get any more proof, because I just don't think it will happen. The nature of agency drama is you very rarely get like actual evidence or accountability. If it is true that these girls all felt that way, it probably, and given the DMs we do have, it does indicate a weird pattern of behavior where he probably does seem like one of those guys that's making the behind the scenes of Niji fucking toxic to exist in, which sucks. And the other thing was, and I did see Quinn get kind of dragged into it. So Quinn, if you don't know Quinn's, you know, ex-Niji. I don't think that's being hid anymore. But Quinn kind of poured a bit of gasoline on the fire. Well, Quinn and Kuro were already on the shit list of Niji fans because they're ex-Niji, which makes them bad because you left Niji, and therefore how could you... Like, the only people that are good from Niji fans' perspective who left Niji are people who left Niji and literally never bring up the fact that they were in Niji ever. Which, I mean, I don't even know who that is. Maybe Matara, but Matara still brings it up occasionally, and so does Michi, so I don't fucking know. He took to stream to talk about it, but I think he tweeted something basically like, there's a reason, all I'm saying is that there's a reason the podcast only lasted 2 episodes or whatever, right? Kind of alluding to confirming the Aster stuff. And then he tweeted this, he deleted that tweet, took it back, said, never mind. Oh, Unnamed is pretty much fine by Niji fans, I think, but that's just because Unnamed just doesn't, it kind of stays in their own lane and does their own thing. Quinn deleted the tweet, said I feel it's irresponsible to be vague given the circumstances, and to be honest, I want to stay in my own lane. Even if I personally dislike someone, it doesn't mean give or remove credibility from a third party story. My opinion wasn't meant to invalidate or validate someone else's experience, which I delete the post. Hope that clears everything up. Which kind of still leads credibility to the accusations. He's just kind of washing his hands of it. And someone points out here that like Quinn honestly, Quinn, this is gonna be weird. I kind of feel some sort of like weird camaraderie with him, because I feel like we're both in that sort of mental state with regards to like VTubing and drama of like, we don't like it, but well, for me, it's from a content perspective. I feel like I constantly have to engage with him. From him, it's probably just like I feel the need to speak up. But we're in that loop of like wanting to distance yourself and like doing that, and then speaking up and getting dragged back in and being like, why did I speak up? I should have just, you know, that back and forth. Yeah, the post was just, there's a reason the podcast was only lasted 2 episodes. He apologized for it. He does have a pretty bad reply somewhere in here where he basically just tells someone to touch some fucking grass, which wasn't great. This guy was like, you don't get to walk away. You involve yourself in this. I know damn well what's going to happen. You threw more fuel on a rolling fire. And I want to go, oopsie, my bad. Explain yourself. And then he says, touch some fucking grass, which is not a great reply. It is not to be accused of something and then be like, wow, you just do it inside too long. I don't think that's a great response. It does feel like Quinn maybe just impulse tweeted something out because he had information, and then afterwards realized he probably shouldn't have impulse tweeted it out, and then it kind of went from there. But yeah, so this Twitter has been kind of fucked this past week from this. Nijisanji fans are kind of going at it. Like if you just look up Aster on Twitter, this has also been another case to me of like Niji fans, like certain Niji fans are just, they just don't critically engage with any sort of criticism. Why am I blinking? Why am I winking? How do I stop winking? Hello? It switched. I don't know how to stop winking. Help! I don't know how this model works. Oh fuck. I'm now blind. There is no vision allowed. Okay, there's one eye. Wait. Why does, okay, Q opens and closes it. E closes it and opens it. Why? What is go? But then when I hit Q, it doesn't. But if I hit Q, okay. Okay, I found it. We did it. Looks at Twitter once, loses both of his eyes. Honestly, not untrue. Let's see. Some people, they're like, okay, so the people on Twitter, seeing how some Arcadians are responding to the Aster allegations, very gross, some victim blaming behavior getting thrown around. Like, put your purple hearts and stars away and consider for half a second the position you may be putting the alleged Niji Ian livers or individuals in. Which is, I think, a very valid take. The thing for me is, I don't know, like, again, all the shit I said about clarification of evidence and proof and whatnot, right? But the fact that some people hear this shit and it, even for a second, they're on. Why have I not turned back from the Ulux model? Why am I still in it? It should have run out like. Oh no, because it was delayed, right? The fact that some people aren't even willing to engage with it at all, like they aren't even willing to sit down and consider it, like. Actually, I'm surprised. When I looked last, there was way less of these kind of tweets of people being like, hey, maybe consider it, maybe actually engage with it. But then you also had shit like this. So this morning, I made a post asking people to say some nice things about Aster. Here are all of them. We love you, Aster. No matter what, we'll always be right by you. Which is really weird fucking behavior. Yo, Heretic, thank you for the 2 years. Holy shit. Thank you for the 2 years of membership. No one that would know comes to his defense. That is true. Like, I feel like if Aster had like friends who were ex-Niji or whatnot that would actually defend him. I feel like if your friend was being accused of being a sex pest, I feel like if you knew different, you would at least vaguely come to his defense. There's a lot of people vaguely hinting that it's true, and I haven't seen anyone vaguely being like, oh well, you know, I didn't have that experience, so I don't know. But there's a lot of this shit of like, we stand by you no matter what. We love you. We, you know. There was a lot of people Wait, let me see if I find more. Shit like this as well. I'm fucking crying, man. I feel so bad for Aster. Quinn went and proved why he's so awkward and why he's so shy. He was sorry to keep everyone at arm's length. Bro went and slandered him all because he was introverted and socially awkward. That's fucked up. There's a lot of that going around of like, no, he's just an introvert. He's just socially awkward. He doesn't know what he's doing. And it's like, bro, he was accused of being a sex pest. Like, he was accused of basically sexually harassing people. You don't get to like, no, you don't understand my Oshi. He just has autism. Oh my god, it's so cute. He's just not like other, but like, fucking. You can believe it, not believe it. You can dispute it, don't dispute it. You can like argue about it if you want, but at least engage with it as a fucking adult and not a 14-year-old fangirl in Tumblr. Please, for the love of God, can you step away from the fan-based persona of Mayoshi is always right, I love Mayoshi? Can you step away from the blind adoration you have for the anime character and like actually engage with it and be like, here's why I don't think it's true. Here's my opinion on it. Here's why I think these DMs are false, or here's why I think they're being taken out of context, or here's why I think they might be true, or whatever. But there's whether true or false, this situation goes far past me pro Niji or anti-Niji. These situations need proper treatment. Yeah, you need to sit down and actually engage with it and take away the whole VTuber thing of like, this is, oh my god, my Oshi, oh my god, my idol. Spam heart emojis. Shut up. This is a very serious allegation. Can you treat it with the seriousness that it requires and not fucking love spam and tweet posts and fucking everything saying that you stand by him no matter what? No. If your Oshi is harassing someone, you shouldn't stand behind them. Hey, Joe Logs. I'm saying this internally. Everyone knows to stay away from him. It does. I don't know, man. It does seem like there's definitely a bad vibe. Whether the sex pest harassment allegations are true is hard to judge because, again, that's a very serious allegation. But there's definitely some weird shit going on behind the scenes where he's probably... I do think those DMs with Scarlet and the other ones about League are true, which would indicate that he's probably just not very fun to be around. But just... Aster, they can never make me hate you. It is very split. But yeah, you have shit like that. So this to me is why if you remember a few weeks ago, a few months ago, I got kind of in beef with Niji fans on Twitter, right? And I called them all children. And to me, this kind of indicates that a lot of them are. There's something weird about certain Niji audiences, and it's not just Niji, it's certain audiences in general, especially for VTubers, that are so toxically positive. They're so brainwashed, like fucking... They're like BTS fans. Or like, you ever see those people that are like fans of like actual like K-pop or idol to the point where they're like obsessed? They have like posters all over their wall and shit. It's like that kind of behavior where they're so obsessed with their Oshi. They're so like parasocially.
Fuck you. All right, just fuck you.
Cool, thank you for the 19 months. Give me my money back. No, it's mine. You can't have it. Like, I don't know. This is the kind of audience, these kind of people, this kind of like attitude. These are the people that you see on Twitter. These are the people that are kind of shitting on YouTubers and like defending Nijisanji. And I've kind of realized that there is nothing you could say to them that would convince them otherwise. Like, you can't change these people. You can't like convince them. There's no part of their brain that would even entertain that their Oshi did something wrong. They don't have that in them, right? They don't have the brain for it. They will just deny everything. It's that whole old copium thing of like, deny it happened, and then if it did happen, say it wasn't like that, and if it was like that, say it wasn't that bad, right? That whole thing where you just... They've picked their side. It doesn't actually matter what proof you give them. It doesn't matter what allegations come out. It doesn't matter who comes out about it. If ex-Niji people contribute to it and say it was true, they would just be put in the anti-Niji brigade thing and slandered, right? If newstubers talk about it, they're drama tubers and they're drama farming and right? These people do not want to willingly engage with criticism. They don't want to actually look at the issues honestly and objectively and see if they're true or not. They have their side, they have their Oshi, and they do not give a fuck what everyone else says about it. If their Oshi killed a puppy, they would be like, oh, but the puppy probably bit him or something. You guys don't understand. He's so quirky. Like, they're that kind of fan, right? And you can't change those kind of fans because, again, I think I wouldn't... I'd wager a guess that the majority of these people are like 14. And like, that kind of demographic just does not engage honestly with criticism or arguments. And it's just not worth it. So I'm not surprised that Quinn got shit for it, because he probably got the fucking Niji brigade in his chat, but the problem is, I feel the last year of constant bombardment also didn't help them go into instant defense mode. Well, the thing is, right now, like, anyone that could have been swayed from Niji's side, I think has already pretty much done it, is the thing. Like, Niji has went through so much shit that the majority of people that would switch from Niji have already done it. The people left batting for Niji, the people left on Niji's sides that are defending them, are people that have weathered every fucking allegation. They have sat through every fuck up, every drama, everything, and they're still on Niji's side.
Every time Nijisanji has a sexual deviant in its ranks, I would have 2 nickels.
Heretic, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for giving me 10,000 nickels. I don't know what that euros to nickels is, but thank you for the super chat. Like, the people left at Niji are not people that can be convinced. They're not people that have any, like, I want to say, like, integrity to them, really. They're just the fangirls, fanboys. I need gender neutral fan terms. Like, they're the people that have stuck by Niji's side through all of this, which means that they're the most, like, devoted, fanatical, like, unchangeable fans, right? And after Niji has gotten more and more shit for all their fuck-ups, they've just dug in more and more and more. Like, at this point, any criticism for Niji, no matter how minor, no matter how remote, no matter how honest, right? They are going to just immediately lump them in the anti-category and, like, shit talk them. I had that happen to me. I think, generally speaking, at least in the past, I've been pretty fair to Niji. Even when other people were kind of dunking on them and, like, reporting poorly on them, I try to at least give them the benefit of the doubt when I can. And I still cover good Niji news, which pretty much no other fucking VTuber news channel does. Like, I still talk about when they have outfit debuts and, like, 3D lives and shit like that. So I still think I'm pretty fair to them. But even simply because I didn't outright condemn rumors, and because I didn't actually stand up for Niji and I didn't say that they're a great company, like, I still got shit. They still lumped me in, and they still called me, like, a drama tuber, and they still, like, harassed. Like, they're past the point. It doesn't matter. Anyone that is not 100% backing Niji, that isn't 100% on Niji's side and, like, batting for them every single day, is an anti and gets lumped in the anti category, and they're, like, harassed and shit, right? That's just the nature of it now, because of how the fan base is developed, right? It's basically, if you even so much as entertain the thought that Niji might be bad, you're just slammed. You should cover Rosemi more, no bias. Dude, I feel sorry for the livers. I genuinely do. That's why I still cover, like, 3D lives, and I still cover the cool shit the livers do, because I do think the livers, a lot of them are still legitimately putting out cool content and still deserve, you know, coverage and respect and whatnot. I don't have anything against the livers. I think it's just almost an objective truth at this point that the management for Niji is dog shit. And so I also think it's really funny, because I think a lot of the Nijisanji fans that are, like, digging their heels in and defending the company no matter what probably wouldn't be liked by the liver that they're defending, because the liver is probably thinking that shit in the back of their mind as well. You would be shocked the number of agency VTubers that also have the same problems with management that get reported on Twitter and by news tubers, right? Like, you gotta remember, people in an agency, they're in the agency. That doesn't mean they're 100% in love with it. Hey, how you going? Like, they're in the agency, they're, you know, spec an agency. They obviously can't say anything public, right? But that doesn't mean that they're 100% backing the agency. And in fact, there's a reason why, like, false, if this is true, false got DMs and communications and shit from people in Niji. So when you go to bat for Niji on Twitter and you start being like, no, don't attack the company, the liver that you're defending is probably sitting behind you going like, they're not wrong though. Like, do you know what it is? It's very similar to the fucking Ironmouse queso thing, right? Where you have fans of them that are like, no, don't insult my streamer. They're like fighting a war that their streamer doesn't even want them to fight. They're like going to bat, and their streamer's like, no, shut up. Like, I didn't ask you to do that. I don't want that. Vivi straight up threw a glove towards the suits and said, pick it up, I dare you. Vivi literally, when she graduated, explicitly said that management fucked her over and was a big reason why she was graduating. And you still get Niji fans that refuse to engage with the thought that Niji management is bad. Like, who are you defending? You're not defending the VTuber, because every VTuber that has graduated has said that they had a bad time with management, right? So you're not defending the liver anymore. You're actually kind of the opposite. Most news tubers come forward and they're like, hey, don't attack the livers. We still like the livers. We hate the management. I feel like most Niji fans nowadays are like, the livers are bad. We're defending the company. We're defending the brand. And it's like, bro, what are you doing? I don't understand. It's worse for like the Aster fans and the fucking like Vox fans as well. I made an incorrect tweet on that info and that's my bad. I've done that a few times. I did that with VRev last week. It happens. I don't know, man. Isn't that tribalism why big agencies are attracted to new debutants? Well, the thing is, I feel like as an agency, you shouldn't need like tribal audiences, because if you actually operate good, your audience should stay with you just because you're good. But it is the nature of agencies to kind of foster that kind of fan base, that very tribal fan base that refuses to acknowledge like wrongdoing or anything. I don't know. Niji's stressful. Niji makes me sad. I don't like talking about them really. And shit like this is the worst kind of Niji drama because it's DMs and behind the scenes shit and why did Korra say Ryan Fluff and Fox? Because I felt that Edo did a lot for them and like Edo. I don't get that, because the thing is, just because somebody graduates an agency doesn't necessarily mean that they're bad. It might just mean that they had a bad interaction with them. They had bad vibes. Because even agencies aren't monoliths, right? Like, they're not all one homogenous group. Generally, you have different managers. A lot of graduations probably come from just having one bad manager fuck things up. So, I don't know. Agencies are weird. I don't like agencies anymore. I said that a few weeks ago, but I'm very much burnt out on agency VTubing. Not all corporates are bad just because the bad ones are the ones you hear of. True. The problem is that I think agencies are only as strong as their weakest link, right? Like, they're a massive bunch of people all doing a job, and if one of those people fucks up or is bad, or you have a bad egg, like the entire agency can kind of be soured because of it. And you're also trying to put a bunch of people together who maybe don't actually like each other, but who are forced to try and like each other because it's their job. I wasn't an egg. And I think the issue with agencies is that for something like content creation, which is so individual and so passion based and so like individual creation focused, once you build it into an agency and have a bunch of other people like contributing to it, and managers and talents and all interacting, you're gonna have disagreements, you're gonna have fights, you're gonna have people who are like pulling in all different directions, and you need a really, really strong management foundation to handle that, right? Like, you need a really mature, educated, trained management staff group in order to manage all these different individuals that want to do different things and like allocate resources appropriately without being favoritism, without starting drama and fights. And I think most agencies just don't have that, because the thing is, most VTuber agency managers, they're just fucking like 22-year-olds. Like, they're not trained. They're not real. Most managers they're not like trained people. They're not like professionals who are like educated in managing VTubers. They're just fucking guys from the internet that got hired, and maybe they got put through some training beforehand. But at the end of the day, you have like VTuber agencies being like 20-something people who are all arguing with each other, and another 20-something person trying to sort it out, and none of them are really like there's no like real fucking professionalism in it. I don't know, but then you have agencies and they try and market themselves as these professional environments, but then behind the scenes it's just people. And because VTubing is so new, I think you get a lot of these agencies that are trying to start up and trying to develop into something, but there's not actually that much expertise behind it. There's not actually that much knowledge. Like, the people behind it don't actually know. Because you have to understand, like, running a small business, right? Like, there's guides on it, there's education on it, there's university degrees you can get. You can look up resources and, you know, tutorials or whatever you call it for that. And there's a very established way of like running and managing, and especially if you're working for like a big company, you know, like managers have specific training and stuff. VTubing is still relatively new. So these VTuber agencies are really just like, it's tech bros with money. A lot of these agencies are started by like one dude who's like got some weird like crypto startup money or something, who's like, VTubing's big, I'm going to start VTubing and make money. And then they get a bunch of other people that are vaguely VTubing adjacent together, and then they get talents, and then you just have like this big group of people that are all like, we should do VTubing, and none of them really have the expertise or know how to actually do it right. They're just kind of there. It's very high school group project pilled. And it's why I think things like Vreverie or whatever, where it's literally just a group of girls getting together, is probably better, because you don't have any like pretenses of it. But I don't know, man. It's people look at agencies with this sort of idealized goggles, or at least they used to, not so much now, but they used to look at it with these sort of idealized goggles where like every agency should be like hololive. Most of them aren't. Most of them are just people who don't really know what's going on, trying to figure shit out. And I think it backfires a lot in this way, because anytime there's an argument or a disagreement, agency drama is a lot more viral, has a lot more viral potential than indie stuff, right? If two indies don't like each other and are beefing and have behind the scenes drama, sometimes it gets attention. But most of the time people are just like, oh, you should have handled that in DMs, who fucking cares, right? And move on. But if it's agency drama, if you can say agency did this, agency did that, it immediately, like, people care, because there's that sort of expectation that an agency should be professional and like well managed and responsible. So when you come out with, oh, this agency is actually bad.
The most experienced peer-to-peer managers, EA, talent managers, are probably hololive managers, simply due to time. It's impossible to recruit good managers in an industry that's barely out of its infancy. They need to be in-house trained.
Thank you for the, Jesus, thank you for the pink super heretic. I appreciate it. You're so right. Like, because there's no experienced people, because there's no experience to be had, because VTubing is like 5 years old, unless you're in hololive and were recruited right at the beginning. And the thing is, hololive has experienced managers that can then teach new managers to be experienced. Agencies nowadays last like 2 years and then they fucking explode. Like, have you noticed that? How many agencies start up, have like 3 gens, 4 gens, and then they shut down? And it's like, oh, okay. So there's not enough time. Like, they don't stick around for long enough to get experience, which means there's no existing managers to teach new managers. And so every VTuber agency is just a new startup that has to then learn and get better and better, and then they crash, and then it's like, well, fuck, there goes all that. The fact that like immediately 4 people named different agencies in chat should be enough of an indication as to like my point. Be surprised to learn Niji's managers is fine. It's upper management who doesn't let them do their jobs. It's pretty typical. The thing is, the issue is most managers are fine for VTuber agencies, in the sense that because most managers, again, are just dudes. Or not dudes, they're just people, right? And people tend to be okay, which means the managers that are immediately responsible for the talents tend to be pretty chill, like, because they tend to just be, again, just people, right? Who probably want their talent to be happy and safe. But then that manager then has to go, part of being a good manager is like knowing how to, like your job as a manager isn't just to manage the people below you, it's to represent them, right? Like, you are responsible for that group of people. That does mean making sure they do their job right, but it also means making sure they're getting treated right by the working conditions, right? So a manager's job is not just making sure like, oh, this talent is streaming, or this talent isn't streaming, or this talent did this talent did that. It's also being like, okay, is this talent getting their commissions done? Is this talent getting the funds and the resources they need to do their job right? Oh, this talent commissioned something 3 weeks ago and they haven't had any feedback. I need to go and follow up on that. I need to make sure that the people responsible for that are doing it. That's being a manager. And the problem is that when you hire new people, when it's a new industry, especially when they're young, the chances that they're going to be willing or able to actually fight for their talent and actually like pursue better management for them is lower, right? Especially in an agency like Niji, which is so huge and has such established managers, right? New managers probably are shit scared to actually have any conflict with upper management. So they might be chill people. They might be fine. They might not be, you know, making things worse for their talents. But you also, especially in a company like Niji that's so big, or any agency that's big and has like a lot of moving parts, like as a manager, you need to be willing to actively fight for your talent and actively try and get them the best treatment you can. And I think a lot of new managers probably aren't going to be able to do that. And a lot of bad agencies probably don't let them do that, because if they speak out and they try and like step out of line and be too aggressive, they'll probably get fired. So I think it's just, I don't know how you fix it. I genuinely don't. Because hololive worked because it kind of started as a grassroots and it's built itself up over time to be where it is, right? New agencies, they start out, and VTubing is so expensive, right, that they immediately want to earn money, which means you have managers that are focused on earning money to keep their head above the water, but they don't have the training or the time or the experience to really run a well-functioning company. So they're going to drain money because VTubing is expensive. I don't know how you fix it. I genuinely don't. Like, slow growth, I think, could be the key, but the thing is, growth in VTubing is so temperamental. Like, it can be so hard. Hiring fans as managers, how you get favoritism and scandals. Oh, do not hire fans as managers. Oh my god. I'd even say hiring fans as moderators is a bit fucked. But, like, you have to. But, like, no. Don't hire fans as managers. Honestly, do you know what? Do you know what I think is the best case scenario for hiring managers? Don't hire from content creating. Hire someone from an actual industry. Like, if you could hire someone from an actual talent managing background of some sort, like an actual singer manager, like an agent, or someone with actual experience managing talents in the real world, I think you'd have a much better baseline. Because I feel like if you hire people in the VTubing space already, you're just going to get the same issues coming up again. Like, hiring someone with like experience managing like if you're a JP company, hiring like an idol manager, like someone who actually managed like idols in that like culture.
To give you an idea, a larger creator needs a structure that involves at least one manager, direct communication, and at least 2 assistant managers.
Thank you for super chat, Herdic. Yeah, and their experience, and they can talk to each other because it's just one talent, and the talent is big. That's another thing. When you have one talent that is just them, they have the control and the authority to kind of go to the manager and be like, hey, I need this. In an agency, it's the other way around. The managers are the existing set in stone people, and the talents are the hires. So the talents, I think in a lot of ways, can have less power than the management above them, which means they're probably less able to go to bat for what they want, which leads to a whole because the talent should ultimately know what content is, right? The talent should be the ones that are making content, being creative, putting out the shit that will get them big. That's why you hire them, is because they are creative and talented, right? And the managers are there to support the talents. In a lot of agencies, it's the other fucking way around, where you have managers that are trying to control the talents, and the talents that are feeling like they're not being treated right and having to fucking fight for every dime and nickel. One of our managers has 10 years of experience working for corporate marketing. She's amazing. Genuinely, I think if you want good agency management, you just don't hire from VTuber agencies. Hire someone that has real fucking world experience, right? Like talent managing, singer, fucking actor, agents, whatever. Like, hire someone with actual experience. Don't, like, that person that you hired might be great at talking, they might seem chill, but you need someone that's willing to go to bat for their talent, and not somebody that is also a new hire that is scared of getting fired and thus can't really do anything the talent couldn't. It's hard. I don't know. It's I'm saying all this, I would never run a VTuber agency. There's probably about 50 to 60 things I'm not thinking of, little things that I've not even thought of, the little cogs and gears and weird shit that wouldn't even occur to me because I don't run an agency. I would never be so hubristic as to think I could fucking run a VTuber agency. I couldn't. I'd suck at it. But what agencies are doing currently clearly isn't working. I'm actually curious, like, how much money do you think has been fucking wasted on VTuber agencies currently? Like, if you had to tally up every agency in the last like year or two who has debuted talents, paid for their models, paid for their assets, paid for everything, and then blown up within like a year or two, and the talents have lost their IPs, and so those models and assets and all those fees that went to commissions and hiring and whatnot has just went to waste.
Nah, I win.
Really, no, thank you for the 100 bits. Why are my alerts so quiet? Like, the TTS is loud, but the alerts themselves are quiet. I don't get it. Anyway, I'll try and fix that later. Thank you for the 100 bits. You would not win, Merlino. Spent about 100k so far. Oh, dual logs, buddy.
Fuck you, Penandro! Fuck you!
It's because of a manager that fought for the talents that we got that Idol Encore concert. Good stuff.
When it works, it works. I just think the problem again is that one bad manager can fuck it up for everyone, right? And so you might hire 2 good managers, but if the third one's a cunt, then he could just ruin shit. I think of a super shit faulter. I do remember when Penn was talking about just how expensive it was running a VTuber corporation. Yeah, well, you have all those salaries, you have all those commissions, you have merch to fund that might not sell if you're a certain company that doesn't ship shit right. You have paying for anything that wants commission, paying for the models, which good models are so fucking expensive. You know, paying for BGMs, paying for, you know, covers and instrumental mixing and vocal mixing. Just so much shit that needs to be bought, and then the VTuber, the agency collapses, and then it all just goes to waste. And then a week later, another agency pops up, and it's like, okay, let's burn another 100 grand. Like, and it just keeps happening, and none of them stick around for long enough to really learn. Like, I think that's why FaZe is doing well, is because they've been around for long enough that they can actually just, they probably have, I'm not saying FaZe is perfect, like, I've heard things, but I from what I can tell, they seem to be all right. They seem to be doing well. No agency is perfect, especially with that many people in it. You're going to have strife behind the scenes, but from what I've seen publicly, they seem to be managed relatively well. They probably have a decent amount of experienced staff behind the scenes, right? Like, Twitch is a much better audio stream than YouTube does for some reason. Twitch for some reason has better audio overall. I don't understand why. The audio settings are the same. I'm streaming from the same OBS, but for some reason Twitch sounds better. I've noticed that myself. Don't fucking ask me why. It's, I don't know, man. Honestly, I think from a talent standpoint, you're better off just doing indie shit. It may be compression. I don't know. Maybe YouTube compresses it because they stay as VODs and they want less data. But yeah, I think in general, I think just starting an agency is a bad idea. Joining a startup agency is probably a bad idea. Occasionally you get flashes in the pans that work. Like Vallure is doing fucking amazingly well. They're a new agency that kind of appeared from nowhere, and they're doing insanely well. But the more quality the talents, the crazier they are, it's impossible to manage them all to get along. Well, that's the thing, is that talent and creativity often coincide with like very strong personalities, right? Which means the more talented people you get together, the more like creative, passionate VTuber, you know, talents you get together, the more likely you are that they're gonna want to fight, like they're gonna disagree. And so it's sort of that's why you need good managers, but there are no good managers because every fucking agency keeps exploding within 2 goddamn months. So I don't know, like, what do you do? I genuinely think if you're a VTuber and you want, like, I understand wanting to go to an agency because like the startup cost for VTubing is so expensive, and like having money to front load that can help. But if you have a model and you have a brand already, honestly, just finding a group of people that you vibe with, that you have good chemistry with, and trying to market that as a group and like bounce off each other, I think that's probably better. Like, that's how a lot of the big indies came about, right? Then you got like Numi and Bao and Shy Lily and Tricky and all that. They all succeeded on their own, but then they also bounced their audience off each other, and they've made this sort of joint community almost, where people that are fans of one are probably fans of the other, which works amazingly well for like keeping audiences engaged and getting more content. And you don't have any of the drama of an agency because there's no management or control, control issues. It's just 2 people. And if you have disagreements, you can sort them out like 2 people that are mature. And if you can't, then you go your separate ways. And also, yeah, you don't have to punt your revenue to a corpo and lose like all of your merch money. Merch money is insane to me. Holy shit. Also, just money in general for agencies is crazy. Like, I think the thing for me that bothers me about VTubing agency monetization is that the monetization comes from the talent 9 times out of 10, but the agency still pockets most of it. Yo, nuts, think of the follow. Like, here's what I think. And again, this is me talking to someone that would never start an agency because I know I'd be bad at it. If I started an agency, I think the way I'd run it is that however much your fucking model cost, or however much like your commissions or whatever cost, you split the revenue up until you make back that money, and then the revenue dips so the talent gets the majority of it, right? So for something like merch, say for example, right? Let's say the talent's model costs like 4 grand initially. You take the majority of the cut for merch up until you've made back the money you spent on that model, and then the talent gets the majority of it. Because I understand why the agency takes a cut, because it does require money to get a model. It requires money to get assets, to get commissions, and I get that the agency can't just, like, it's not fair to be like, oh, well, the agency should just have infinite money and they should just be able to fund, like, I do see that a lot where people sort of bitch at an agency for taking a lot of the cut of a merch, but then also bitch at the agency for not funding something that the talent wanted. And it's like, well, the agency's got to make money. Maybe want to add something like percentages of manager salary or asset prices on top of model costs. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, the agency will always be taking a cut, and they should always take a cut. What I'm saying is that having an initially high percentage cut makes sense, right? Because you just dropped like 4 or 5 grand on a talent, it makes sense to want to make that back. But once you've made back that capital, it makes sense that then the talent, who's probably doing most of the work to earn it, should probably get the majority of it. Well, asset prices, generally, if I was running an agency, I wouldn't necessarily have a budget for the talent. More so I'd have like a loan system almost, right? Where it's like, yeah, if you want to commission something, the agency will front load you the money for it, but until the agency earns that money back, they will take a higher cut of your revenue, right? So if you want a new outfit, you can get a new outfit, you can fucking request one, and the agency will front load you the money for it as long as you're not doing it a lot and being extortionate, right? But then your future revenue from like your super chats and your merch and whatever will take a slightly bigger cut until you've paid for that asset, and then you go back to your normal fucking revenue stream. Merch is another story. The problem with merch is that my issue with merch is that it feels like 9 times out of 10 the agency just pockets the money for doing fucking nothing. Like, the thing is, like, an artist will commission it, they'll pay for the artist will make the art, and they'll pay for commercial rights. Then they'll give it to another fucking company to do the merch and the shipping. 9 times out of 10 that company's dog shit and doesn't ship it properly, and you end up with a drama because people didn't get their merch, right? So the talent markets the fucking merch, the artist draws it, the external fucking company sells it and does all the shipping and everything, and then the agency takes 98% of it and is like, bro, what did you do? And again, take 98% of it maybe until you've made the money for the commission, which isn't a lot by merch standards. The amount you commission them for commercial rights is minuscule compared to the money you make from merch. But then after that, I feel like the talent is, especially for like voice packs and shit, like the talent is the one marketing it. They're the only reason you're selling merch. Why are you taking the majority of the cut? Big issue of monetizing entertainment is that you're basically monetizing people to be profitable. Other products, you just channel that with your operating costs. Entertainment's involved real motherfuckers. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's weird. Like, if the agency is the one actually doing the merch, they're the one shipping it, they're the one controlling it, they're the one commissioning it, like, it makes sense why they take the majority of the cut. But so many agencies will like outsource their merch to another company, and then also outsource their commissions, and then and then, do you know what's fucked? A lot of the time, the talent themselves is still responsible for commissioning the art. Like, they're still responsible for actually reaching out and making sure the art looks right and is like commissioned properly and drawn right. Like, they're still responsible. So the talent is like designing the merch, commissioning the merch. The merch then gets shipped to an external company who makes the merch and ships the merch. And then the agency's just kind of in the middle, but like, it's for me. And like, once you make back the money of the commission, I don't know, bro. Like, take a cut to keep operating costs up, but I don't see how it's your fucking money. Ugh. I don't know. Fucking agencies, man. Some agencies don't allow the talents to do anything so they can hide the numbers. I would never join. Part of me wants to join an agency just so I can see how long I'd last before I kill someone, but part of me also knows I'd hate it, so I'm happy chilling as an indie. Thank you very much. Also, the chances of an agency accepting me as a news YouTuber, I'd have to put on like a mustache. Be like, no, you're thinking of Penumbral. That's my cousin. I'm Penumbral. Can you imagine? Like, no, I promise, if you mistreat me and are a toxic black corpo, I won't go and report it on my news channel. I promise. Pinky swear. Just the weekly news is like, an anonymous source has tipped me off that this agency is fucking dog shit. I would break an agency just to test people. Honestly, I would break NDAs just for the hee hee ha ha. Just be like, I wonder if they'll sue me. I'm curious. Think of the fucking bro. Here's the thing. Let's say you get sued, right? And let's say they take you to court for money. If it's a certain agencies, you could make the money back and more from that lawsuit by just marketing the shit out of it and going public. You don't go to jail for breaking NDAs. You get sued for money, but like, think about it. You go to an agency, you get all the bad shit, you come out, you break NDA, they sue you, you market the fuck out of it. You take to Twitter, YouTube, everything. It becomes like a big scandal. You get like a GoFundMe going, you raise all the money for legal fees and more, just to see if they'll actually follow through. Can you imagine actually following through and taking you to court? Bro, that'd make bank. Bro, think of the thumbnails, think of the title, think of the video you could make. This Vtuber agency is suing me? Real, not clickbait. You dox your info though? Who fucking cares? Bro, I've doxed myself on stream before. It doesn't matter to me. What are you gonna do? I also know my name and address, dumbass. I know who I am. What are you gonna do with that info? What, are you gonna fly out to the middle of fucking nowhere in Scotland and like throw a pipe bomb at my house? Am I hot? Sadly not. I'm very twink pilled. I apologize. Most of the time, those lawsuit threats don't hold up either. Like, international lawsuits, expensive. Bro, the big problem with agencies is that they have fuck all money. They have no fucking money. They don't have the money to pursue you. And if they do, that's just bank for you. I don't think you make enough from videos, trials are too expensive. Not from videos, but I reckon you could probably start a GoFundMe and get money from the internet. I played bagpipes at 4 in the morning. I'm so glad I moved. I no longer have neighbors that play bagpipes. I'm Scottish, I don't need to fly there, I just need to know what direction to throw. There's a lot of Scottish towns, it's fine. But can you imagine, like... Oh, fuck. Thank you for the 14 months, Barabbas. Don't let all this distract you from the fact that Lopi doesn't stream. Also, Pen, knowing where you live, don't tempt fate. You could have troubles. Nah. I genuinely wouldn't care if I got doxxed. Like, I'm not gonna do it just because I'm not dumb enough to actively do it myself. But, like, what's the worst that would happen? The thing is, I have the not a woman buff. Like, I completely understand not wanting to be doxxed if you're, like, a girl on the internet, because especially if you're a VTuber, like, holy fuck, your fans are... You would get 4 people turning up at your house that day because... men on the internet are fucking weird. And unfortunately you happen to be woman, so sorry. But I'm not, and I don't really have parasocial fans, so I think I'd be alright. My biggest concern would be Nijisanji fans turning up at my door, but none of them are old enough to fly, so we're probably fine. What's a woman? I don't know, man. I heard they have things called uvulas. I'm not sure if that's true. I never went to school. I'm not 4'11" and built like a string bean. I'm 6 feet and built like a string bean. String bean? Yeah. Anyway. Oh my god, we've been talking about this for an hour and 10 minutes. Do you remember? Hey, you want to go from agency drama to agency drama? You want to talk about VRev? Umi said you were 3'6". Umi's a liar and a gaslighter and a gatekeeper. You do not... Why would you believe VTubers? You guys are aware that VTubers lie, right? Every VTuber ever, it lies constantly. They're actually all men with voice changers. Women aren't real. What if I'm actually a, like, girl with a voice changer? Cherry Lupina has the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever. Yeah, but it's Cherry. We know she's allergic to being funny. The fact that it's the funniest thing ever is what will stop Cherry from doing it. Because that would require actually making people laugh.
Punkalopi scammed an old lady for a PS5.
Punkalopi fucking died. Vreverie... Thank you for the super chat, Barabbas. Vreverie Dies. Punkalopi probably can't spell PS5. Take Cherry's model, then you have 2 zombie models. My first genuinely your hate comment was someone learning I had to voice act and threw a hissy fit over how I lie. I think people would be surprised at the number. Like, I don't understand, right? Like, because there's that thing of people who get mad at like VTubers for like quote unquote faking it. Bro, how do you tune into a stream from an anime girl that is speaking like 10 octaves higher than anyone you've ever heard in your life, or is like speaking in a way that nobody in the human world would speak, and not immediately clock like, oh, this is a person that is like doing a performance? I also don't see why that's bad. I don't get why people get mad about that. Yeah, like Fuwa, do you guys think Fuwa and Mokoko walk around talking like that? Do you think I made this joke last week, but to just emphasize, do you think they like walk into Starbucks and go, bow bow, I'll have a cappuccino? Like, you think they speak like that on a day-to-day? No, that's not how human beings sound. Have you ever been outside? Like, and I don't understand why people think it's bad. Like, they're an entertainer. VTubers are entertainers. They're just there to entertain you. That's their fucking job. Me, when the entertainer puts in effort to be more entertaining, like, why are you mad? That just shows that they're putting in fucking... I don't understand. Generally, you should be able to tell when a VTuber's putting on a voice. Here's the test. Do they sound like they're from a harem anime? If the answer is yes, that's probably not their real voice. Real people don't sound like that. You had to voice like... Yeah, I'm not surprised. Most... In agencies as well, it's much more common. Like, agency VTubers tend to put on voices more, but... It's just the nature of the industry, man. Like, they're trying to sell an experience. Wait until you guys find out that they don't actually act like that all the time. I know. Crazy. Absurd notion. Me, when the person is different when they're streaming than when they're not streaming? No way. Oh, brace yourself, chat. Me, when I tell you they actually interact with men in real life, they probably have like brothers. How dare they? It's fucking VTubing. VTubing's so weird. Mogo John, please order me a latte bao bao. It's just, I don't know, man. No, that's too far. But guys, imagine they even have a dad. Okay. So you may want to cover your ears. I think some of them might even have like boyfriends, because guess what? They're human beings. They're just women in their 20s, and there's like a decently high chance that they probably have a significant other, because that's what people in their 20s sometimes have. Some of them might even have like families. Who fucking cares? Like, to a certain extent, I understand people that get frustrated when that shit becomes, like, part of the stream because it breaks the immersion, and I understand there's a lot of people that, like, go to anime girls for immersion. So, like, I get it if... I mean, I don't get it emotionally, but I understand where some of the complaints would come from if that got brought up on stream, because it's like, hey, this is my immersion. I still think that's weird and cringe, and honestly, get a grip of yourself, dude. If it takes an anime girl pretending to be single to make your life better, you really need fucking therapy. But, like, I feel like you should at least be aware that it's probably the reality, right? Like, how's your immersion? Hey, Oliver. How you going? It's such a weird fan base. Penumbra isn't an SP physics loving nerd who secretly likes tall women. Hey, look, I'm open about liking tall women. I do like tall women. I want uppies
I'm just
now.
here to cause problems. I literally don't care.
Hey, Harvest, thank you for the super chat. Me too. I'm also here to cause problems. Hot single VTubers in your area ad. I don't know, man. VTubing is strange. I honestly prefer it. That's why I like indie VTubing. Do you know who I like? I like Vex. Vex just has a husband, and she doesn't hide it, and it's cool, and people don't care, and her fan base is chill with it, and nobody gives a shit, and like, yippee. I'm honestly surprised there aren't more like VTuber couples. Like, I know there's been a few that have broken up over the past like week or two, but I'm kind of shocked. Tippy is a husband. Tippy's husband is cool. Oh, I'm playing. Oh my god, Geologs. Geologs is a penumbral chat. It's so real. Thank you for the membership, Geologs. Appreciate it. This will probably be streamed in the future. We didn't stream it the other day because it was our first session. I'm playing WoW. I'm playing WoW Classic Cataclysm with Tippy and Guy and stuff. Holy shit. Bloodrock, thank you for the 1,000 bits.
Block it. So here I goes. If I knew where you live, I would break down your door and relay these 100 rabbits into your house because you always lose to rabbit girls.
Thank you for the 1,000 bits, Bloodrock. I appreciate it. I'm glad YouTube blocked that because it was a harassment thing. I appreciate it. Please don't release 100 rabbits into my house. They're already in my walls. Yeah, Tippy and Guy and like I think some of their friends. It's like 8 of us going through WoW Classic together, doing like dungeons and shit. I think we're going to stream it. It's going to be like every Friday this month. We didn't do the first session because we're getting add-ons and some people had to be TP'd from fucking the Night Elf realm to Stormwind, but we're currently level 15 and we're about to do Geologs. You're a WoW nerd. What's the main, like the level 15, early level 20s dungeon in Stormwind area that's like the mines? It has a guy with a cannon at the beginning. We got fucked up. We tried to do it at level 12. It did not go well. But we tried to do that. We'll probably Stockades. It might be. I think so. I can't remember. It's the one. Wait, no. It's the one with the pirate ship at the end. I think, if I remember from my time playing Cataclysm like 10 years ago. Yeah, in Westfall. Not in Stormwind. So we did that. So we'll probably be streaming that. I don't know. I don't think I'll be streaming it. I think it's going to be streamed on. I'll tweet and let you guys know. It's only on one person's channel, but it should be cool. I'm excited. I've been grinding WoW off stream. Because we have a level cap. We can't go above level 15 because we want to stay level together. But I got addicted, and so I made an alt and I'm leveling him up separately. Because dude, this is why I didn't play WoW for the last like 10 years, because I get super addicted to it and then I don't want to stop playing, and then everything else falls by the wayside. Would you guys be down to have a WoW guild at some point, whether either classic or retail, although I've heard retail is bad, where I just open it and let you guys join and we can play WoW together? Because that's always been my thing of like, I want to play WoW, but I don't have people to play WoW with. But I just realized I have an audience. I have an audience that can make play WoW with me. I just think it'd be cool. Maybe I'd bring it back for community games. I'd join. Oh, we've got Geologs. Don't enable addicts. No, enable WoW addicts. I might set it up at some point. I think that could be fun. I'll invite Geologs so he can tell me how to play. You have to try Classic Season of Discovery. I've never played that. It'd be fun. Geologs, if you ever want to play WoW together for any reason, just let me know. I'm very much in a WoW phase right now, and I'm down for pretty much fucking anything. Anyway, let's move on. Before we started talking about VRev, and then I got sidetracked. VRev died. Who's surprised? Type 1 in chat if you're surprised. What do you mean simp? How dare you use my own simp emote against me? Okay, I said type 1 in chat if you are surprised. Chat reading basic instructions. God damn it. 111 4. Lopi, I'm surprised you can count to 4. Let me actually bring it up. So, to the surprise of absolutely no one, VRev died. They died on the day they made that tweet. On December 3rd, they're like, yeah, sorry, we're dying, and then they stopped. I chose to be wrong. I can only count to 4. I know you're memeing, but honestly, I think that's genuinely true, knowing you. So, yeah, that's new canon. Hey, someone add that to her VTuber wiki. I know it's dead and not being updated because she died, but can you add that to her VTuber wiki that she can only count to 4? Thank you. So, Vreverie is an agency will come to an end. This is not a farewell for some of the talents you've come to know and love. We are proud to share that some of our talents have chosen to continue their journey in content creation, determined to carry forward their passion and creativity. When I first read this, I was like, okay, some of their talents are keeping their IPs. And I tweeted about it. And then I had a lot of people reply being like, no, they don't say they're keeping their IPs. They might just be going indie. And I was like, that'd be a weird way to phrase it. Turns out I was right. So fuck you guys. Ariel and Kamiko, I think, are both keeping their IPs. I don't know about Fury. Fury is still fucking MIA. I don't know where she is. She still hasn't tweeted, even though Vreverie is dying. So I don't know if she's keeping her IP or not. But yeah, so the 2 of the talents are keeping their IPs. All merchandise managed by Vreverie that has been showed will be shipped accordingly, and blah blah blah. Never would have released the IPs if Nova hadn't left. Oh yeah, I mean, I don't think they'd have died if Nova hadn't left. They lost their money person. So yeah, I tweeted about this. And I had to apologize to Nova. I actually reached out to Nova. She was chill about it. She didn't mind. She wasn't mad at me, which I was happy about. So I said this, and then I subtweeted about given the ludicrous money they took from Nova, the whole talent continued thing surprised me if it's actually them keeping the IPs. Guess it could just be referring to them going to another indie persona. Weird way to phrase it. So Nova actually replied to this saying that people think I had to basically take it a loan to afford my channel. I can assure you it was not that expensive. It wasn't cheap, but I don't think I was robbed. So I honestly had the impression that she was fucking robbed, that Vreverie kind of scammed her. But apparently that's not true, which is good to hear. I'm glad she didn't have to actually sell a kidney. I did reach out to her DMs afterwards and be like, yo, sorry, and she was super chill about it. So there's thankfully no like drama or anything. But Vreverie odds should still stay up because they're still being owned by the person that's sticking around. The only one, I guess, I don't see why they wouldn't keep the X talents up. Oh, speaking of X talents, the one good thing to come out, or the best thing for me to come out of this is that yeah, some of the X talents got their fucking channels back, or got their IPs back, like Rana, who has probably one of the coolest model designs from Vreverie, got hers back, so she's back. Salmonov also got hers back as well, but she said she's not going to resume streaming here, but she's home, so she has that as well. I don't know if they had to buy it, like I don't know if they had to buy it back or if they just got given it. So I don't know if we're going to get what's the word, like Cherry and shit back. They did not have to buy it. Oh, interesting. Kind of fucked that Nova did then. But yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get Cherry back. I hope not. I already have enough of her around, I think. Nova had to run so the others could crawl. But yeah, so Vreverie died. Talents are keeping their IPs. X talents getting their IPs back. Nobody's really surprised. It's another agency. We've had so many dead. We've had AN. We had Vreverie. Fucking Aurora Live VR shut down, and I didn't see anyone fucking talking about that. But like the Aurora Live VR's EN branch is also shutting down, which I didn't see an actual tweet from Aurora Live about it. I only saw this tweet from one of the talents about graduating, saying that the EN branch is shutting down as well, which isn't super surprising because I think they basically lost all their talents as well. But so, you know, Aurora Live VR's EN branch is down. Project F fucking exploded. Prism, I think, died. Dude, it's just... It's just a massacre out here, bro. You know what's crazy, though? For all the agencies that have died, I think we've had more, like, really successful agencies start this year than we have not. Like, think about it. We got Vealer. We have... what's the First Stage Productions, which is doing really well. Didn't Globy come out this year, or was that last year? No, that was last year, right? Yeah, Global First Gen just had their 1 year anniversary, so they've been out and they're doing well. So, like, we've actually had some good agencies come out. We've just also had a bunch of them die. It's the circle of life, I suppose. Wait. Wait, what, Talado? You've got me in suspense now. Oh, yeah, Stellarverse debuted? I forgot to tweet about Aurora Live VR, damn it. Dude, I don't blame you. I didn't know they fucking ended because I think literally the only tweet about it is this tweet from the talent. Like, I don't think Aurora Live VR has a tweet out about it. Like, Aurora Live VR Twitter. Like, yeah, their last repost was a repost. Their last tweet was a repost from July 6th. This is the only tweet. This is the only reason I found out about it, is because of one fucking tweet. Do not consider an agency gone or talent graduated with a classic Talado tweet. It's tradition. I have also claimed, y'all can't blame me waking up this time. That's true. You can still act like you woke up. I've also claimed dibs on if Talado ever dies, I get to make the tweet about him. But yeah, so Aurora Live's done. I think they still have their JP branch. I think they're like a JP company that just had an EN branch, but their EN branch is also dead now, so. Has Aurora Live had a lot of issues, or just mixing up? They have had. Aurora Live had Mion. We talked about Mion graduating, yeah, a month ago, off the top of my head. Dude, wait, yeah, if Talado, if you ever graduate from college, you gotta let me know, and I will make the tweet of why did I have to wake up to Talado graduate. You just fucking troll the entire community. Just fuck with them. But yeah, they had Mion who graduated like a month back or so, and so I guess this is their last talent going away. Heard the VTuber got the Masters degree recently. I've seen people like memeing with the graduation thing where they will like pretend to graduate, but it's for like a different thing. Peak trauma humor. Fuck, I'm tired. That is Zelda BGM. I pretty much always have game chops in the background, so this is Zelda music. So that's the VRev story. What else I want to talk about? Oh, talking about agencies doing dumb shit. Here's the real biggest drama of this week, right? You guys ready? This is the dumbest thing that happened this week. I'm gonna go ham on an agency that you probably like, and I'm sorry about it, except I'm not really sorry about it because they should be smarter. We talked about Niji, we talked about VRev. Now it's time for the true worst agency news of this week, which is that Idol is rebranding EN and ES to just Idol, which might be the single dumbest marketing thing I've ever heard of, because Idol's a fucking word. Your SEO is already dog shit because I have to type in Idol VTuber to find them, because if I just type in Idol, it doesn't pop up with your company because you're like, dude, fucking, I had to look up an Idol talent. Like, let's look at this, right? Idol just had their live in LA, right? They just had their live in LA concert with Encore. If I type in Idol live in LA into Google, I get the song Idol, I get this, which is another paper Idol live in Los Angeles, I get the Idol song, I get the Idol song, Idol party, and then I get a Reddit post about Encore live in LA. Like, your SEO is already trash because your name is just the name of a thing. So you have to add VTuber in order for it to come up. And even then, even adding Idol VTuber live in LA, it comes up with fucking a different VTuber and Idol showcase that happened in LA this year. And so they're taking the one thing which is Idol EN, which was like, oh, that's Idol. And now it's just Idol Corp. Oh, Idol Corp controversy. Ooh. Idol Corp Vtuber live in LA. There you go. I want their marketing agent to work for me so you can train them. They should just go ham with the Idol Corp brand instead. I honestly just, I don't know. The thing is, the Idol brand is so bad, but also if they rebrand, they lose all the marketing they've built up till this time. Do you know what it gives me the vibes of? You know those streamers or like content creators who made their like username when they were 14 playing like Call of Duty or something, and then they just turned that into their YouTube channel name, and then they got really, really big and like really popular, and now they're just kind of stuck with a name that doesn't make sense because they had no idea they were going to be using it for YouTube. That's what it gives me the vibes of. They have a bad name, but that's their brand now, so like they're kind of just stuck with it. I don't know. So Heavenly, yeah, Heavenly, or I think like Moist Critical is the same thing, where he's like penguins. Basically didn't think much through at all. Are you telling me renowned CEO of Idol Aviel didn't think things through when he was making the company? Pelido is the name of a German company, chat. Am I cooked? I think the thing is, at least it's not an actual word, or like mine's an actual word, so I'm cooked as well. But I don't really need SEO because people are not searching up my name. I wonder if people are searching up my name. Can I actually Google trends? Did my creating of this channel have any noticeable uptick on the search of the name of the word penumbral? Let's see. Worldwide.
Fuck you, Penandro! Fuck you!
I just use Idol Corp and it works for me every time. Maybe I'm just tired of being angry and stressed and just want to watch the girls.
But thank you for the super chat. I am memeing with the brand thing. It doesn't actually matter that much. Like, I do just think it's a dumb name, but it's not that big a deal. You don't really get that much momentum off of your SEO. And I think most people just look up the VTuber name themselves. I just think it's really funny that their name is Idol. Let's see. Let's look past 2004 to present. When did I make my channel? Like 2022? I've had zero uptick. I've had zero impact. What are these spikes? Probably penumbral lunar eclipses, right? It's like spikes. Why are the Philippines looking up penumbral? April of... This was my big day. March of 2024. I've always thought that if you ever made an opposite persona model, you have an easy name with antnumbral. Let me pull up a different song. I don't think SEO really matters that much anymore. Philippines mentioned. I think I actually have a pretty decent sized Filipino audience. Which makes sense because there's a lot of, like, VTubing in general, I think, is big in the Philippines, so. Stopping by, I have exam, just here to say I'm cooked. Hey, good luck with your exam. You got this, or maybe you're cooked. If you're cooked, you know, exams don't matter that much.
Their worst branding mistake by far is having this weirdo called Enu Ignis as a talent. She just released a schedule. No, she's just gonna get sick.
Thank you for super chat, dude. Did she actually release a schedule? Wait. We all know how these schedules worked. She did just release a schedule. Hang on. Oh god, she's doing a drunk hand cam. Jesus fucking Christ. Idiot. Hang on. Wait, I feel like we should do something funny. I feel like we should do something funny. I feel like there's a potential for comedy gold here. Let's see. Yo, Barbas, thank you for the super chat.
Just so we're clear.
We have already covered.
Nijisanji.
We have already
Right?
covered Niji, yeah, at the beginning of stream. So, I feel like this is funny. So she started her new scheduling system last week. You want to run down the tally of how many of these streams actually happened? This one happened, I think. How many lies are in this one schedule? First one, Liar's Bar. 1 lie. Second one, Winner POV. 2nd lie, she got her ass kicked. This didn't happen. This didn't happen. This got delayed. This didn't happen. She is 7 for 7 on lies on her schedule. That's crazy. Oh yeah, wait, no, the Make-A-Wish, I was thinking of the Hunger Games point of Hunger Games tournament. I ain't never seen somebody lie that much in one schedule. That's crazy. That's got to be all-time top. Anyway. Liar's Bar, no liar's schedule. I remember the Hunger Games simulator you did years ago. That was fun. We have a tier list coming up, actually. Tuesday, probably, I'm going to run it. Because I asked members had a poll up. You can still vote on it if you want to change what it is.
Being too ill for the Make-A-Wish
It is.
Cup is peak irony.
Dude, Enya, I feel like they should have had her as like a mascot for that. Being like, this is the Make-A-Wish kid we're doing the tournament for. You too, for just $1 donation, can help one VTuber survive for another day. But yeah, I got a tier list coming Tuesday. There's a poll up for members on the post if you want to go look for it. You can vote for which tier list to do. Because we hit the tip goal, you can see up there. So we'll be doing a tier list. I'll probably be trimming it down and making it mostly like my friends and stuff. But yeah. Can Twitch subscribers vote? I did it for members mainly because I feel like members don't get much content-wise. Because like Twitch subscribers, you get the emotes and you get no ads specifically, which I think is a big reason a lot of people subscribe. But members, there's not really much content for you, so I did that so that they could vote on something. So, I'm trying to be a good content creator. Not all of us are, are Do I want to be really mean? Do I want to be really mean? I don't know if I want to be really mean. No, she might kill me. No, I've already been mean to her to this stream. We'll go easy. We'll go easy on her. What else do I want to cover this week? We did Idol. We had that live in LA with the encore. V4 also announced like some cool shit this week. V4 Wonderland. So they've got 3D concert relays. I think they've got like an ASMR relay coming up as well, which is pretty cool. Hololive announced their like expo and festival stuff. The Super Expo and the Hololive 6 Fest, which is coming up, which is cool. More Hololive announcements. Oh yeah, we'll end on the Ironmouse stuff. So Ironmouse won Best VTuber. Enya's cover of Booty Shorts was like months ago. Let's see. To everyone's surprise, look, I never saw this coming. I did think that anyone anyone who won the best VTuber would have fit. All the nominations were kind of fair. So Ironmouse won best VTuber, and also if you didn't see the stream, if you didn't see the clip, she also did a performance with Booby, and I also think she actually fucking showed off a new model. Like so she did like a concert performance with Booby. I think she released a new song actually. Here, did like a 3D performance of a new song, which is cool. And I think either that or the model she had on the iPad is like a new model, because I saw on her Twitter. Yeah, because of course she did. A new mousy model? Yeah, I didn't even put it in the fucking short because it's like, man. Yeah, new outfit. Do you like? I guess she's debuting it. Is she debuting it now? Maybe it wasn't at the streamer voice. That's another reason why I didn't. Yeah, new outfit and announcements. That's also why I didn't cover it in the short, because I was like, is that new? I couldn't tell because there's like 3 pixels of iPad. But yeah, so she also has a new outfit, and I saw the thingy for that here by Hentai. That's just their name. I'm not being sus. Their name is Hentai. Here, because Hentai said congrats on the debut, but the debut, from what I could see, hadn't happened yet, which is what confused me. But I guess now the debut's happening now. And yeah, best VTuber, new outfit, new 3D model. I think that is. I don't know. And then yeah, collab with Booby as well. Overall, cool for her. I think that's her 3rd year. I don't know if it's her 3rd year in a row, but I know it's her 3rd year of winning best VTuber. So that's cool. Seeing Booby dance was cool. It was a cool performance. I actually like the song. I'm excited for the song to come out like on YouTube as a thing I can listen to instead of just listening to it through that video. Although it might already be out. I can't remember the name of it, but it was a good song from what I listened to. I actually kind of want to hear it in like peak quality. Ironmouse's VTuber faker, consistent winner. He keeps getting new designs. Dude, I thought you were calling her a faker, and I was like, what the fuck? But no, yeah, faker from League. Yeah, that makes sense. It's on the Streamer Wars YouTube page. Is it actually? Hang on. Streamer Awards. There's some cuties. Is there a Streamer Awards YouTube page? Channel. Oh, there is. It's just SEO is dog shit. Oh yeah, there's the performance. I don't think they have the actual, like, I want the oh, there's Queso. Yeah, the performance is here. I don't think the stream's back. Was stream gone? Did stream die? I thought stream was doing alright. I didn't get any notifications. But yeah, cool. I'm excited for the actual audio to come out on like Spotify or whatever. So I assume that'll probably happen over the next week or something. But it's a very good song. I enjoyed it from what I could hear. I think that's it. I kind of feel a headache coming on because I haven't had dinner yet. Actually, I don't think I've had anything yet to eat because I'm dumb and I was locked in making video. Oh, I'm so eepy. Go eat. I know I will. I've got I have ravioli there. I'm gonna go make some ravioli. I probably won't sleep. You know what's weird about streaming? It's only for news, right? You know, this is I think how I tell that I'm like burnt out on news content. When I stream Marvel Rivals or Twitch on the weekend collabs, I can stream for like 8 hours, 9 hours and be fine. When I stream news after an hour and 40 minutes, my brain is just like, stop, cease, please. Who do we want to raid into? You guys any suggestions for YouTube and Twitch? As in Heinz ravioli, but no, like actual ravioli. Like I have, well, it's sort of the midpoint. It's not ravioli in a can, but it's ravioli like separate with like basil sauce and shit. So I'm not making it from scratch. It's because it needs more brain power. You need sugar. Sure, I should go get some sugar. Who should I raid? Live. Who's live right now? Lot of hololive talents. Made Mint. Bree's doing her ASMR. I'm not raiding Bree. I'm not raiding Bree doing ASMR. I wouldn't subject you to that, because then I'd have to listen to it, and I'd rather not. Blaze is doing a workout body cam thing.
Blasted.
You guys want to go see an anime girl work out? Raid Gura. Is Gura live? Let me see. Let's see who pops up when I just go to redirect on YouTube, and then we'll find someone on Twitch as well. Yeah, there's Blaze, Amora, Matara. Matara's doing a YouTube thing as well. Oh, Matara's with Heavenly playing Black Ops. You guys want to raid into Matara? She's playing Black Ops with Heavenly. I'll send you guys over to Matara. And then on Twitch, who do I want to raid on Twitch? Who's live? Which of my friends is live? Is Heavenly live? Is Heavenly live on Twitch? Because I might. Oh shit! Shut up, me. Is Heavenly live on Twitch? Is Heavenly not live? Is Heavenly not streaming? I'm gonna send you over to. I'm gonna send you over to Make's playing RimWorld. So I might send you over to Make It on Twitch, and I might send you over to Matara on YouTube. Which just means I'm gonna have to try and keep track of 2 streams after a raid, but that's fine. I can do that. I'm locked in. Okay. Make's playing RimWorld. Enjoy RimWorld. Matara's playing Black Ops. Enjoy Black Ops. Depending on which platform you're on. If you guys would rather see RimWorld, here's my Twitch. If you want to, I'm streaming a lot more on Twitch recently. I'm playing a lot more games, doing a lot more collabs, chilling, hanging out with people. So if that interests you, there's my Twitch. If it doesn't, I'll see you on YouTube next week probably. Twitch bros, enjoy Make a stream. Let me just make sure I've got this set up right. Yes, okay. Congrats on finishing Ori. Thank you. The VODs will probably be up on the VOD channel soon, so. Right. That'll do me. I'll catch you guys next week or tomorrow when I stream or whatever. Oh, actually no, Tuesday tier list will be on YouTube as well if you're interested in that. So keep an eye out for that. And yeah, bye. Bye. What the fuck happened? Okay. That was weird.